Satnam and welcome. Good morning everyone from beautiful Thailand. I'd like to share with you a little mobilizing sequence or morning mobilizer today. We're going to start this one standing. I just want you to bring your awareness right into very center anchor within yourself. So please just use my voice or the video if you look at it frequently to see where to step, what to do. Otherwise try to use my voice as guidance, as an indicator, but always make sure you listen to your own body first. Like, no one knows your body as well as you do, so really tune in with the feeling of self, with your own intuition to move through this sequence. Beautiful. You're going to start standing for this one, like I said. So just start to really ground into a nice and comfortable Tadasana position. I want you to close your eyes at this stage and just feel your way into it. So starting from your feet all the way up to the crown, finding your right alignment. You want to feel as if your feet, they are both equally grounded into the earth. Our weight is equally distributed onto both feet, and you feel as if you've got roots growing out of your feet, anchoring you deeply into Mother Earth, into Mother Gaia. Giving you stability, support, nice and deep, solid grounding. And from there, really allow this earth energy to rise up your legs. You want to feel your whole body rising, expanding, extending. So if we imagine we get a string attached to the crown of our head, pulling us up nice and tall like a puppet. So you want to feel this space in between every of your joints slightly expand. You want to have your legs nice and straight, which does not mean to hyperextend or to lock the knees. It's standing nice and upright, lifting, then we're lifting from the waist. If you feel like you get a bit of pressure on your lower back and you're arching a lot, you just slightly want to tuck your pelvis under. Lengthen up from here, lengthening through the abdominal region as you're tucking our navel in towards the spine. Really get this sensation as it is as if you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. So as soon as you start to lift from here and tuck the navel inwards, tuck the pelvis under, you should feel gentle engagement going through your core. And the shoulders, you want to have nice and relaxed, rolling them up and then relax them down and back, allowing our arms to just hang loosely down the sides of the body. You don't want to feel any tension in your arms. Just allow them to hang, to dangle down the sides. Our chin is more or less parallel to the ground, so a good way to test this is to just take your hand in a horizontal plane beneath the chin. So you get a full extension through your cervical spine, through your neck part. We're just going to start to tune in here and ground in here for a few nice and deep breaths. Really starting to feel your whole body as you inhale, feel the whole body slightly expand. And exhale, gently deflate again. With every breath that you take, inhale, we're expanding this feeling of breath, of prana, further throughout our body. Exhale, deflating again, relaxing. We want to create like a pulsation, like a pulse with our whole body. An inhale as we're expanding, and an exhale as we're deflating. And just observing from the inside, observing how we're feeling, how prana or energy or breath flows. Just noticing how it's flowing through the body. Whether it's flowing quite freely, or whether it might be getting stuck here and there in some areas. Just observing, watching. And then we just slowly start to move from here, just very gently, not forcing it. We're almost like gliding, floating, as if you're moving underwater a little bit from one side to the other. Just twisting a bit to the left, Inhale through the center, exhale to the right. Inhale through the center, exhale to the left. Just keep doing this in your own rhythm, your own pace, just a few times. And then we're becoming a little bit more dynamic with our movement. Bending the knees every time we twist back through the center. And we're bringing our arms into play and swing our arms just nice and loosely, not engaged. Nice and relaxed from one side to the other. Breathing nice and deeply meanwhile. Inhale, we slightly rise up, pull this energy up and expanding it throughout our whole body. Exhale, grounding this energy into our very center. And then we slowly come back to the center, just allow the arms to swing out. Beautiful, and we're coming back into our Tadasana stance, really grounding through the feet into the earth, and then extending upwards all the way, stretching the crown up towards the sky. Beautiful. We're just starting with a few stretchy movements, so with an inhale, we're bringing both arms up out to the sides and up towards the sky, as long as the inhale goes. Make sure your shoulders are not crunching up to the ears, but staying relaxed down. And exhale as long as the exhale goes back down to the sides of the body. And just repeat this another 2 times. So inhale as long as the inhale goes. And exhale, release back down. You really want to expand as you stretch the arms out to the sides. Inhale, you stretch from one fingertips to the other fingertips, expanding through the shoulder joint, expanding through the arms, really stretching your wingspan. And exhale. Release that down. Coming to stand back still again. Just doing a little warm up for our neck as well. Just a few circles. Inhale, drop the chin to the chest. The next inhale, you start to circle up and around. On an exhale, chin back down towards the chest. And feel free to stop anywhere within this range of motion where you feel like you just want to stay for a few moments and really breathe deeply into this. Maybe you feel tension, tightness, listen to your own body. Stop and stay. Breathe deeply into those areas of tension. Now we gently reverse the movement, go the other way. Moving nice and slow, nice and consciously. You really want to feel your body, those muscles you're using with every inch that you move. And you slowly come back to the center. Beautiful. Now we're opening through the chest a little bit, so we inhale, both arms up again. Lengthen up, watching your shoulders. And on an exhale, we open through the elbows, bend the elbows, and draw the elbows towards each other, towards the back side. Exhale down. And once again, we inhale, lengthen up, stretching out, stretching through the whole body. It's a whole body movement. And exhale. Stretch. Back down, rolling the shoulder blades towards each other. And one more time, we inhale, lengthen up. And exhale. Release down. Beautiful. Starting to work on our spine a little bit. We inhale and lengthen up. And you can either stay just straight, or you might slightly want to fold backwards. Make sure you maintain the length throughout your spine before you fold back. Only going as far back as you can still breathe deeply into every part of your body, into your belly, into your chest. And we inhale back through the center. Exhale, just releasing our body down into a forward fold. Just starting nice and easy by maybe bending your knees for the first forward fold of the day. Allowing your head to hang, to gravitate down towards the floor. And then with an inhale, we come up halfway into a halfway lift. You can either just do it like this, bring the fingertips into the floor, or you can bring the hands onto the shins and extend the body up into like a right angle. And still taking care of your belly. You don't want to allow your belly to just hang loosely and flop down, but you slightly still want to draw the navel inwards towards the spine. Really open through the chest here. One deep in breath and exhale. We fold back down, maybe bringing our hands down towards the floor if available for us, or reaching around our ankles. And just another 2 times in your own pace to just mobilize, activate the spine, the spinal cord. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, working with your own breath, finding your own flow of movement and breath, your own rhythm, and exhale, release down. Beautiful. Then we slowly bend the knees. Then inhale, we rise back up. And we come into a little bit of breathing from here, like a dynamic breath and movement. So we inhale up, then exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms down. Inhale up, exhale. Keep doing this another 4 or 5 times, or however often feels good for you. It really helps to get the circulation going throughout the body. The energy going, the blood supply, the oxygen supply up to the brain. And one more. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, we release our hands out to the side. Taking a moment in Tadasana, just feeling your body, checking in with your breath, checking in with your heartbeat. Just observing, listening, feeling, without judging. And we're slowly trying to find our center here again through our breath. Slowly starting to deepen our breath again, lengthen our breath. Inhale into the belly, into the chest. Exhale, deflate the chest, deflate the belly. Inhale into the belly, into the chest. Exhale, deflate the chest, deflate the belly. Beautiful. Turning into side stretches from here. Just stay as you are. Having our feet about hip-wide apart. Keep maintaining this beautiful, nice and strong, straight Tadasana alignment. That just helps to enhance this energy flow going through your body. Prevents any tension, helps to strengthen, to lengthen. Having our left hand down the side of the body, so still stand hip wide apart, or perhaps bring your feet a little wider for a little bit more balance. See how you're going. And with an inhale, we're bringing our right arm up towards the side. Again, a full body movement. We're stretching right up from our waist. Inhale, lengthen into this, right into the fingertips. And then exhale, we fold over towards the left-hand side as far as we comfortably can, while still pulling right into the fingertips. And you should feel a good stretch going from this hip all the way through the side body, through the shoulder, into the arm. Taking a couple of deep breaths here, really focusing our breath right into the right side body. Deep inhale, feeling an expansion through the side. Exhale, release. And next inhale, we lengthen back up through the center. Exhale, release down, swapping over to the other side. Inhale, we lengthen up. Exhale, stretch, release. Couple of deep breaths here, right into the left side body. Just observing, noticing perhaps any differences from one side of the body to the other. Inhale, we come back up to the center. Exhale, release. Beautiful. And here we're turning back to the front of the mat. One more time, we inhale, lengthen up. Stretch back, also straight. Open through the heart, through the chest. And exhale, we fold forward all the way, bringing our hands down into the floor. We inhale, come into a halfway lift, extending the spine. On an exhale, we're stepping back, just coming into a plank pose or a knee plank. So finding your own variation that feels good, bringing the whole body, either from the knees upwards or the ankles upwards into one nice and straight line. Drawing, if you're in a full plank, our heels down towards the floor. Taking one more deep inhale here, inhaling right into this engagement in our belly, our abdominals. And then we exhale, release down, either coming to a full chaturanga or knees first, then chest drooping down. And we can inhale, we come up only into gentle backward bend. So it can be anywhere from baby cobra to upward dog. Really listen to your own body. I just suggest if it's the first one of the day, take it easy on your lower back. You don't want to feel a compression on your lower back too much, so stretch back through your legs. So like dogs do when they lay down, sometimes you sort of lift one leg, stretch back, lift the other leg, stretch back, and that will help to just increase the space in your sacral and lumbar and pelvis space. And wherever and whatever variation we are, you really want to draw the shoulders back and down and open to the chest, open to the heart. So you're just going to take another couple of deep breaths here. So you really want to, wherever you are, like whether baby cobra or upper dog, you want to on an inhale feel your upper body rise and expand. It might be ever so slightly, and on an exhale gently sink further into the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, expand. Now we slowly tuck our toes under. And we push up and through. Maybe come through tabletop. Make our own way into our first downward facing dog. Now here you want to make sure really spread your fingers nice and wide. Slightly turn the palms outwards like I do. But it just helps to increase the space in between shoulders and ears. Push our tailbone up towards the sky, gazing to this space in between, just in between our hands, or sort of in front of our face. So we're lengthening through the cervical part of the spine as well. And you're welcome to bend your knees here as much as you like. If this is the first downward dog of the day, you might want to paddle your feet a little bit through one knee then the other. While you do that, you might want to draw the knee that you're bending over towards the opposite side. So just give yourself a good and nice stretch through the outer side of the hips, the opposite leg. Just staying here, one more deep inhale. Drawing the navel in towards the spine, exhale, sink a little deeper into the toes. And then we inhale, lengthen our right leg up. Exhale, step this right leg forward. We're coming into high lunge on this side. I'm just going to start to explore our movement here a little bit. So you're welcome to stay here for a little, and really you can also come into a low lunge, but just see, because we want to start to move a little bit more dynamic in this, so just explore our body. And make sure you move nice and consciously to really feel every muscle, every region that's active with every inch that you move. So stay supported through your hands. If you've got them available, you might also want to use blocks for yourself for better support. And here we're in a high lunge, then on an inhale we transfer back, lengthening, straightening through the front leg. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, draw back. And there's no right or wrong here. It's just all about loosening up your body, exploring your body, exploring how you move, how it feels. Not only you can move forward and back. Try twisting. Open up to one side. Open up to the other side, twisting around. Noticing where you feel a stretch, where you feel an opening, where it doesn't feel so good. And really moving in harmony with your own breath. Just another few times. Inhale. Exhale deeply, finding our own rhythm. And then we come back up into a high lunge. And we're slightly opening our back foot out to the side from here. So the hips are open towards the left hand side now. We're grounding through our front right hand again. You're welcome to use a block here if you like. And then inhale. Open our left arm up towards the sky. Trying to get this nice and straight line from shoulder to shoulder. You really want to open the chest. So if you have your hand down on the floor but you feel like you're somewhere hanging here halfway, maybe try to either come into the fingertips or use a block to just help you to lengthen out a little more and open through the chest here. Stretch open through the heart. Beautiful. One more deep breath, stretching from fingertips to fingertips, this whole span of your arm. Exhale, release back down. And on an inhale, we come up all the way. Exhale, we turn out to the side, turning our front foot. And we move over to the other side. Take your blocks with you if you need them. So going down into a high lunge from here again. You might want to start with a low lunge if you just want to stay here for a few deep breaths. Really feeling into this opening of your right groin. Sorry, the hip flexors rather, but also the groin. Trying to not just sort of dump your upper body on your left, but still stay nice and open through the chest. So if you do have the blocks available, just use them for your own advantage to also work through shoulder tension. Now we slowly transfer up into a high lunge, and again, just moving dynamically with our arm breath, no right or wrong here. Just moving according to what feels right for your body. Moving forward, back, extending the front leg, bending the front leg. Maybe twisting from one side, staying here for a few deep breaths. To the other side, open. This is my little Thailand friend. I'm just staying here for another few nice and deep breaths. And then we slowly transfer forward into our high lunge, setting our back foot down and out. Just so we can help to open the body a little further towards the side. Again, use the block under your hand if you need to. And we inhale, open up, lengthen up. Really creating this space in the chest, extending from shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand. One more deep inhale, lengthening upward. Exhale, releasing the hand back down. And we come into standing, turning both feet to the front of the mat. Slightly pigeon-toeing our feet from here. So you're really pressing down through the outer rim of both feet, which will activate the inner arch. Just taking a moment here to ground ourselves. Again, checking in with your upper body arrangement. It should be always the same. It's just like a different, we transfer our Tadasana alignment into different poses. So even here, you want to feel through your upper body like in Tadasana, remembering the string attached to the crown of the head, pulling you up nice and tall, extending upwards from the waist, drawing the navel in towards the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down and open from the heart. Beautiful. And now with an inhale, we lengthen out, bring both arms up. Exhale, we fold forward as far as you comfortably can. And again, you can either, if available to you, you bring your hands down towards the floor, Allow the head to sink down. Try to stay straight throughout, especially the lumbar part of your spine, for as long as you can. Also, the wider you have your feet, obviously the easier it is to come down a little further towards the ground. Now, if hands on the floor is not available to you, just please use your blocks again. You can place your hands on them, you can place the forearms on them, or you can also just use it for your head, for your forehead to rest on. And your weight stays back over your legs, so you're not falling forward into your head. There should be no pressure in either your hands or your head at all. Just keeping the weight nice and centered over both legs. And then we're bringing both hands down into the floor or onto the blocks. And inhale, we come up halfway, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the cervical spine as well. So you want to look at the space right ahead of you on the ground. And exhale, we tuck back in, staying nice and straight and strong throughout the spine. And inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, release down. Okay, just do this one more time, 2 more times, listening to your own body. Moving with your own breath, finding your own rhythm of movement and breath. Slowly come back up halfway from here. Find your way out of the pose. We're slowly starting to rotate our front foot. Bringing both hands around to the front of the mat, rotating the whole body, looking back to the front of the mat now. And stepping this right leg back, coming into child's pose. So bringing the feet together, the heels together, the knees apart, or knees together, finding your own way, and just bringing our hips back down over our buttocks, stretching our hands out ahead of us. Just staying here for a couple of nice and deep breaths and really feeling an expansion in the back of your chest on an inhale, feeling how you rise through your upper back. Exhale, sink back down, release. Allowing yourself to find your center again, to anchor. Allow your breath, your heartbeat to reset. With an inhale, expanding through the whole body, and an exhale, sinking down. And on an inhale, we slowly start to walk our hands further back in towards us. Coming to sitting. You can either sit here in hero pose, just keeping our eyes closed. You can also transfer into a cross-seated, cross-legged position. Whatever feels right for you. You can sit on a block, finding your own most comfortable way of seated. However you end up, trying to, like in Tadasana, maintain this length throughout the spine again. Still, imagine the string attached to the crown of the head, pulling us up nice and tall from the waist upwards. Feel the space we're creating in between every vertebra of the spine, so they're not stacked, stuck on top of each other and compressed, but feel a slight lift in every joint of your body. Feel this through your spine, going upward, through the shoulders as you roll them back and down. Keep them relaxed, you don't want to have them heavy engaged. Roll them up, allow them to just gravitate down, allow gravity to do its job. Allow we're just going to stay here seated for a few nice and deep breaths. Feeling the breath, the prana, the energy flowing through our body, just noticing how we're feeling now compared to before we started our little mobilizer. Noticing how your body is feeling physically. Check in with your mental state, your thoughts. Notice whether there's any differences, any changes in your mind. Perhaps it feels calmer, more at ease and peace after our practice. Please take your time for as long as you wish to. If this is your morning mobilizer practice, or even at night, any time of the day, you can just remain here seated with your eyes closed. Just remain to center, ground. Bring this focus into yourself, anchoring within yourself. But you might want to take a minute to, perhaps silently or out loud, just set your intention. That might be an intention you have for the day, for the week, for the year, for the future. Just allowing yourself to pause here and to really tune in to your own beingness. Tuning in with your intentions, your motivations, your goals. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Otherwise, when you're ready to come out, slowly start to rub your palms together, creating some warmth, some energy in between your palms. And then we slowly place our hands right over our eyelids. Open our eyes behind the eyelids, maybe move them, looking from side to side. Energize, suck through our eyes. Gently close them again, and we bring our hands to wherever we need some warmth on our body. Neck, shoulders, chest, thighs. Wherever you need some touch, some energy. And lastly, bring our hands down into the floor ahead of us. And gently bow forward. Open our eyes towards the ground. And come back up whenever we're ready. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice this morning. And if you're a beginner, I hope it really helps you to just tune in with the little alignment cues I give you. If you're more advanced, you can just utilize this video as your own inspiration, and like I said earlier, stop at any time. You can add or leave out certain postures, find your own variations, like use this as your own flow inspiration, as primarily you want to listen to your own body, and every morning you don't want to necessarily do the same strong or same structured practice, but you really want to tune in here first and see, like, what is it that I need this morning for myself. Also, if you can really focus on your breath and whatever practice you're doing, combining movement and breath, as our bodies, our minds in action, really helps to strengthen your intuition. It helps you to learn to tune in with yourself a little bit more. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And have a beautiful day. Sat Nam.